After wrestling with some of the shortcomings of the asynchronous model, I decided to make some tweaks. I came across another model of flipped learning called the Explore, Flip, Apply model developed by Ramsey Musallam, which is inspired by the 5E learning cycle, and it's a more inquiry-based model, which is perfect for science. I created a hybrid of the Explore, Flip, Apply model with the Mastery Learning model, and I call that the Mastery Learning Cycle model. Now, the way it works is that each unit or topic is organized into a learning cycle of explore, flip, apply, and mastery. In the exploration stage, students have a hands-on exploration in which they experience the concept to be taught. Then they're presented with a challenge question. Now, they don't quite have enough information to answer the question, but what I've done is I've created a need to know. And so the students can watch the video or motivated to watch the video to be able to address the challenge question of the exploration phase. And so in the flip stage, they watch the video and take notes, fill out the Google form as usual. Then they practice what they learn in the apply phase. And they're able to revisit the exploration challenge question. And then in the mastery phase, they can have a quiz or demonstrate their mastery in some other way. And if they demonstrate mastery, then they can move on to the next learning cycle. So you can imagine that the units and topics are organized in these learning cycles in which students are completing asynchronously at their own pace. And then when they demonstrate mastery, they're able to move on to the next learning cycle. Now, a few things I had to do to make this work is I had to get rid of the synchronous test or quiz dates and create multiple versions of quizzes and exams. And so I've used Moodle to create online quizzes. And when students are ready for a quiz, they can take the quiz, and if they do well, they can move on to the next learning cycle, or they can do remediation and retake the quiz when they are ready. Now you have to make sure you have an exhaustive question bank so that students get a different quiz each time. The other major issue I had to overcome was the workload issue. Imagine that there is a Google form for every video, and students are viewing videos at different times and submitting their answers at different times. So keeping track, grading, and giving feedback can be quite exhaustive. Luckily, there are programs called Google Scripts, which can be added to each Google form. The first script that I added was something called VLOOKUP, and that let me know which students had submitted or completed each form. Then there was Flubaroo, which automatically graded student responses. Then there was the form emailer script that allowed me to give feedback or to answer questions without crafting an individual email to every student for every form. On my Google form, students had an opportunity to ask a question. And I would, of course, answer their question. And the way I would do it is I would type my answer into the spreadsheet, directly into the spreadsheet, and then the form emailer would actually craft the individual email with my feedback. So these three scripts saved a lot of time, and it gave students instantaneous feedback, which improved the experience of the course.